Actually expected to start up again, but it did. But hello everybody, how's it going? So welcome to more Apollo Just Ice. Believe it! Believe it. Hope you like the inclusion of your little present to the loading screen, Reborn. But hello Sivia, hello Phoenix, hello Reborn. Hope you're all having a good night. Cool. Right into Turnabout Serenade. So music is involved. Let's rock! Alright. Right away we get some rocks. Can we roll? We love you. Rock on, everyone. This party's not over yet. Yay. Get out your handkerchiefs for our special guest. That's right, baby. This night's just getting started. Thank you for coming to the Gavineers Guilty as Charged tour. You have not won a single case against me. Ends the first part of our tour. No, it might be a 20-minute intermission. Am I actually here? Cool. This is so cool. Ah, it's a Gavineers concert. Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. Wow. Gavineers putting on the sick back in music. I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice, sending us those tickets at 20% off. Hello, OP. Hope you're having a good night. How's it going? They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. Oh, I dream of being a VIP at Gavineer's show. True, see. Didn't know the prosecutor Gavin was before that case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy. Well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. Aw. God awful, maybe. Wow, rude. I didn't think he sounded bad. For all their stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gavineer albums and 15 concert videos. Quite a bit of impulse shopping. Gotta advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Wright, that sounds like a real act of generosity. cute little head tap. Who would have imagined here? Hope he's not gonna die. That'd be really bad. Edgeworth all over again. Watching Persecutor Gavin rock, to be honest. He was kinda cool. I'm kinda envious. Not that I'd ever admitted that to Trucy. Police outfit? Ah, you made it! Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets. And the invoice you sent along with them. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. It's nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, ja? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. Lemurior's singing, right? The siren of the ballad? Wouldn't it be the ballad of the siren? The flyer said she flew all the way over for the show. That's right. I happened to catch her on show while overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us. Lemurior says, praise me too highly. Who's this guy? He's huge, and he has an axe beard. Ah, let me introduce Mr. Romian Letruce. Her manager and her interpreter, incidentally. It is a great honor for us to be here, Desu. A great honor for Lemur to be heard in this country, Desu. Ah, yes, I too speak Egyptian. With eyeball, beetle, zombie, small tree, goat head, bug, zombie, falling down guy, a weird key, scissors, that is just straight up scissors. Another weird tree, a really bright leaf, an arrow, a question mark, a Eggman, and a very fast deer creature. I understand all of these symbols completely. The voice. Wish I could understand it. It's beautiful. Ah, yes. And now there's a dragon in there. With another leaf. And a wave symbol. Hello, how's it going? Uh-huh. Beetle, deer, question mark, leaf yourself. Ooh. It's Lemur Roear? I'm just gonna call you Lammy. I'm actually meeting Lammy. Lammy, mysterious songstress. Her quiet, deep song glides through the air, lighting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Is Apollo a poet? Now this is music. She's a real artist. Yes. Lemmy says, we have long looked forward to this joint performance. Ah, Lemmy, your voice. It is art. Egg Dragon wave to you as well. Yet without his piano to guide me, it is but a voice. Oh, hello. I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano at Lammy's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist. Our dying breed, I hear. Yeah, isn't your father one? He's really bad, though. Allow me to introduce Machi Tobae. He is blind. That's why he never strays far from Lammy. The blind pianist, huh? They are always together. They're like characters from some fairy tale. Lammy's so, what's that word? Exotic. And mysterious. Does seem quite pretty, at least her eyes do. Wow, rude. Hers is a kind of sightseeing musique. Huh? She travels the globe, putting the sights she sees into song. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm. Like taking a hot shower. Sights into song, that's so poetic. She was gracious enough to put music to my lyrics tonight. The guitar serenade. I hope you enjoy it. Can't wait. And now it is time. For the next part, we are giving Gavinia's hard rock a little rest. Lemmy, the stage is yours. Yes. The band members will not play during Lemmy's ballad. Only Machi's tender tones and Lemmy's dulcet voice. And my guitar, of course. Whew. Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know. You'll learn to play the guitar. Not much romance in chords of steel. Shall we hit the stage, then? Fraulein. He didn't say it, but I think he was thinking it. Good luck, Mr. Gavin, and you know the other people. Take care of your hearts. Aren't stolen away, ja? Tender tones and a dulcet voice. You're not going to get any of that here, so don't write your check already. But also, hello, Bloodsilver. Hope you're having a good night. Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly. Sugar, sugar. I thought she couldn't speak this language. Well, that night in your embrace. Stole away the keys. It's gonna be a hint towards the trial. Hope you like this song. Am I gonna listen to this a lot? Oh, and she can make the stage go up. Get ready for copyright infringement. Good 3D model, really captured his hair. Although I think you turned up the contrast a little bit too much. Whoa. Was that not supposed to happen? Just over there batting his guitar. Backstage hallway. Wow, wasn't Lemmy amazing? I even cried a little. I'm gonna watch this like 5 more times. Oh no. I'm surprised Prosecutor Gavin's actually burned his guitar. Yeah, that didn't even surprise me, and I'm a magician. What a production. What a destruction. I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. Looked as surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? He's my new hero. Not sure I'd call that art. What are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. I'm not even gonna bother, alright? Anything I can't pronounce, I'm just gonna change to something else. There's 20 minutes till the last part of the show. How many breaks does this band need? I mean, he set the guitar on fire. What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not Great Balls of Fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire whoever's responsible. Seems upset. Pile of Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me? Hey, I didn't do it. How would I even do that? That's quite a jump. So much risking your life for art. Guitar Serenade is ruined. Ruined, I say. Let's try to talk to him at least. Sure, that's the best move right now. He looks really mad. You mean the guitar? That wasn't part of the act? Part of the act? Who burned up a guitar on purpose? But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on my heart, fire. Burning my love away, all away. Wait, you think the audience thought it was... Sounds like he got lucky. They probably thought it was part of the act, up until you started smacking it. I don't know what you're talking about. It's the same accent I always have. You got lucky, you didn't even realize it. Anyway, that guitar was the Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If I burned one of those every show, I'd get broke. If we're gonna watch that song 5 more times, that's gonna be a lot of guitars being burned. Usually frugal for a rock band. It is too, as far as I know. Try saying that to Mr. Gavin. Ouch, tongue! Today's been a disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar's broken. Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Was it Lemir's or whatever your name is, song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin? Ah, yes. Thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody. You know, I was surprised she could sing in English. I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. Well, here's the entire lyrics. This is a very short song. A lyric sheet, it's yours. Oh, there it goes. Signed by me and Lemmy. Yippee! Harsh tongue and all that. I'll ever get to sign our client defense agreements. But do we even sign those? Last time we didn't even get to sign one of those. We just kind of got a note for it. Oh, why did we get a thing in the court record for this? Almost time for the third act of the night. Oh, there's more? Yes. Lemmy's part is done. Now it's time for us to go drop our groove again, Ja. Although not with that guitar. Hope you're ready to catch it. Ready, Apollo? I think I'll pass. I liked a bit with Lemmy. But the rest could use a volume knob turned way down. Ah, Apollo, you're getting old. Ah. Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old? Yes. I guess now we know he's 22. Well, I'm going. So he's 10 years younger than Phoenix, huh? Let the old folks rest. I didn't see what the rest... didn't get to see what the whole thing he said was, but... You're older than I am. Let's examine... Did they write their sign and lipstick on here? That's pretty awkward. Graffiti on the mirror in lipstick. Darn it, they did use lipstick. But the Gavineers are all guys. Your Prosecutor Gavin wears lipstick? I mean, we haven't seen the other band members. I imagine one of them could wear lipstick. Car looks like it was made out of pop car door. That's right. Trucy's not here to set me straight. I feel kind of lonely. That's an odd guitar. The design of that character I saw in the hallway, but with sunglasses. What a strange mascot. I can't even talk. Looks like he's crying. Aw. When is rock all about crying? They should name this guy Emo. Wow, harsh. With a cop. Police uniform. Next to is a policeman's hat. And a pair of handcuffs. One of the band members must like the police. Must be Mr. Gavin's bad influence. I thought rock and roll was all about being rebellious. Postcard of Lemmy. Can't read a single word in the sentence at the bottom. Trucy might want one of these. I'll show it to her next time we're here. Can I just grab one? There's like a billion of them. Maybe I'll try these on. On second thought, no. They might be evidence for one of the Prosecutor Gavin's cases. Fair enough. Although now we need to see him wearing thick leather gloves and sunglasses. Oh, hey, it's you. That Wright kid. Detective Sky. I'll let that Wright kid business pass. Call me Emma. There's no need for titles once you shared a bottle of fingerprint powder. What about the shoe print powder? Yeah, the shoe print. That's a new one. So, Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm stacking. Think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit? Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing with that Glimmer's fop. Apparently he's all upset because something was stolen. He wants security back here during the concert. Where's he get off acting like he's some kind of big rock star? He is a big rock star. Hey, you listening to me? Where does this door here lead to? This one? That's Lammy's dressing room. Don't even think about going in there unless you want a piece of snack ooze in your face. You ever in a good mood, I wonder? Also, she's eating tiny sausages? Gross. Emma? Never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemence. Don't give her a wide berth. Tonk. Ow. She snack-ooed me. Wow, rude. Fine, if she's gonna be in a mood, I'm leaving. I can't leave. What's this? What's this? Some kind of headset earpiece? Why would someone leave this in the hallway? Stop eating those. Maybe Lammy's bodyguard drop it? Emma, will you stop eating those snacks for 1 second and listen? Ha! You think I'm gonna pull me away from my snack just to hear you mumbling? On about whatever, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. I got her to stop munching. Okay, what else do I need to do then? You want a lyric sheet? you take a look at this? Oh, munch, munch, munch. Must be a bottomless bag of snacks. Is this just gonna be her thing when she's always in a bad mood? You even think about going in there? Oh. What was that? Oh, that's not good. Was that a gunshot? Something's going on. You, out of my way! Not locked. I'm going in! Well, I guess that's the end of snack time. What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. Oh, that's not good, he's dead. It's Lammy's manager, Mr. What's-His-Name. Latousse. Oh no. Hey, you. Me? Watch this room for me. I have to go call for backup. Right, understood. Want to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. Hello, Sanosuke. Hope you're having a good night. What's going on? I just talked to him, and now... He's alive. Mr. Latousse, can you hear me? I was shot. Who shot you? I don't know. Ask what? Ask witness. Witness? There was a witness? Who? Cold, so cold. Witness. Cold? Don't worry. Gonna be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Who was the witness? Can't see. They're... Hang there, Mr. Latousse. Who was the witness? The witness is... Siren. Siren? How could a siren witness anything? Well, I think this is the first time we've actually seen someone die, like, right in front of us. But hello, random. Hope you're having a good night. Hey, Emma? What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. Concert's been canceled. Backup's on its way. We missed Mr. Latousse. He's dead, isn't he? That's terrible. I lost him. Romian Latousse. Shot. I heard his last words. The witness is the siren. Whatever that means. He also said can't see, so I feel like maybe Machi was the witness. But that was his name? The kid that was blind. Well, hello there. Are you wearing a shark? That's pretty hardcore, but also pretty awkward. Venue's unlocked out. Took names and dresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darian. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. Investigation time then. Yeah, Fräulein Detective? I don't need some rock and roll prosecutor telling me that. One request I must make. Tell no one, on staff or otherwise, anything of this. Ooh, a gag order. No word gets out other than Mr. Latousse is dead. No word of the cause of death or the murder. Tell no one. Oh, tell no one, not even Lamore. He was Darian. I like sharks. Sharks are my thing. His hair is pretty cool too. I mean, I guess. Oh, other than one other thing. I need your signature on this, air forehead. Yours too, Fräulein. On that? An investigation request? Why just us? You two are civilians. It's standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Right, well, get started with the investigation. I'm on it already. Yeah. And one tip for you. Huh, me? Try not to get in the Fräulein Detective's way. She's in a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why. I was about to say the same thing. I wonder why she's in a foul mood. Maybe it's because of you. We're all questions as witnesses. Now none of us can go home. We'll investigate, alright? Our way. Okay. Somehow I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon. I can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. No time for navel gazing. Let's crack this case. I worry about Trucy. Seems to have a very loose idea what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who her father is. He did do this a lot. Something the matter? No, let's get cracking. I'm the only one who was there. The only one who heard Mr. Latousse's last words. Witnesses... Cyrus. First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. What is this? What's that? Looks like some kind of future phone. Not a phone, a transceiver. It's called a headset. What's a headset doing on the floor? Wait, do you think that Mr. Latouche have been wearing it? Like one of those bodyguards? I don't think he was wearing one when we first met. LED on this thing is lit, must be on. Or are we just gonna leave it there? Okay. It's in the box. Looks like an instrument case. Big instrument case. It's a great magic trick you can do with one of these. Huh? What kind? The miraculous beautiful girl escapes the case illusion. So it's the girl who's miraculous, not the escape. So picky. Let's see, vending machine. I'm thirsty, Apollo. Want something to drink? How about this one? A steel samurai soda. Now in real steel flavor. What a steal. Here, my treat. Hey, this isn't enough change. Cheese outside are cheaper. This one's highway robbery. Fair enough. Go to this place. Go down the list. Looks like no one's here. Prosecutor Gavin's probably busy with the case, too. No rest for the wicked. No rest for us either, Apollo. Let's get rockin'. Rock, rock, rock. Anything sticking out? We'll go in here. Oh, those 2 bullets in the wall. That's pretty scary. Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come. You have to let us investigate the scene, please. You're attorneys, no? Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? Juice did ask me to ask the witness, the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? No, it doesn't. Glare at me all you want. You'll get no stacks from me. Please, think of poor Lammy. Oh, well, I suppose. You did find the body with me. Great, let's get to it. Right. Just try not to touch anything. Letting us look. She's not much in your stacks. This bodes well. There are clues here, I can feel it. You've no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted, no zebra unstriped. So first thing I noticed, whoa. Yep, I figured that would happen. Sorry about that. Sometimes if I click the thing, it will kind of explode. Are these bullet holes? Looks like it. There are 2 in the wall. From the look of it, the victim was shot once in the shoulder. First shot must have missed. But there are 2 holes. Wouldn't that mean 2 misses? The murder weapon is a .45 caliber revolver. It's very powerful. I believe what we are seeing here is the mark left by the second bullet after it passed through his shoulder. Ouch, sounds painful. No kidding. Wonder about his murder weapon. Do we know for a fact this is the murder weapon? The murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver? That's right. A big .45 caliber revolver. Wow, wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of these. So it was probably his. Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't... Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackoos when it happened. You were there. I know. What do you think you did at Emma? It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. What have I done? We were literally standing right beside each other. I think he was shot again. Wait, if the killer bought the revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That's right? I mean, he probably bled out. That's a body, isn't it? I guess this is the first time she's seen a body, right? Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Go ahead, Apollo. You first. Me? No, you should go first. Trucy, really. Will you two stop bickering and get over here? Watching on snackoos again. Hope she's not too annoyed. What's this? Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about red stuff than I do, yep. Says who? Something strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? Not gonna actually look at that? What's he holding? Oh, look at his hand! He's holding something. Hey, no touching! Throw all the snacks at me you like, Emma, but sooner or later, you're gonna run out of them. You raise a good point. I haven't been intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look. See there? He's holding something. What is this? Holding keys. I did not expect keys. Think it might belong to the killer? Certainly a possibility. Unusual keyring. Unusual keys. Yep, I'm live again. Hello, Mimikyu. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome to Apollo Justice. Someone died. We're gonna listen to gentle music while dealing with death. That blood? Can we not look at the... Okay. I can tell that's written something. I just don't know what it is. Anything else? There's a lot of presents here. Look at all these presents. Lemmy sure is popular. Ooh, I wonder what's inside. We can't open them, can we? Probably not a good idea. You never know what you might find in one of these boxes. Bombs, razors, ransom notes. Could be anything. We never have any birthday party again. What's in the box? What an amazing bouquet. I mean, it's giant. Not sure I approve. Be better if this flower was a bit more... Oh. Flower fell off. What happened to preserving the crime scene, Emma? It's fine, let's put it back, see? How scientific. What's this? Hairdryer? One of those, things, right? At the barber's? A permanent dryer. Want me to curl those bangs of yours? No thanks. Better not mess with his hair, Emma. It's part of his identity, you know? Nickname to collect stars, oh no. What is this? Look, there's a little window over here. Maybe the killer escaped through that. It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. Not to mention it only opens a crack. What? I was just saying it's possible. Right, no harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it's impossible. You could peek into the room through it though, you know? You could peek into the room through it though, you know? Huh. He's pretty tall. I wouldn't say it wouldn't be impossible for him to get shot through that window. And this stool is over here. That's a body, isn't it? That would explain how we didn't see the killer. Because we only had a witness. He didn't mention the killer. He only said he didn't know. So someone was here and shot through the window. Interesting. Seeing these mirrors lined up like that makes me think I'm really in a dressing room. You are in a dressing room. This must be makeup. I've never heard of most of these brands. Maybe they're Borgin? Borgin Gang? Guys are going crazy with the magic again. Well, I haven't got a clue. I doubt these are... I doubt something. I didn't even read what she said. Champagne. Ooh, Apollo, can I eat some of these, please? Absolutely not. I know. But still, I yearn. Look, you're not the only one eyeing that fruit there. Well, then what are we waiting for? Let's eat. Right. Whoa. Stop it. Are you too crazy? Emma, you of all people should know better. But she tempted me. She's a temptress. Please grow up. What's this? Ooh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Emma. You're not going to say, can I have it, please, are you? Oh. Read me. Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't give you any special treatment with me. Oh. Not healthy to envy the young, Emma. It's not about envy, it's about tampering with evidence. But itself, Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems familiar about that brooch. Okay, so apparently there's nothing in the trash. The screen is shaking? Oh yeah, that's when everything gets surprised. Wow, look at that thing. It's huge. That's a TV. Yeah, wide flat screen TV. I want one of those. You'll be wanting a long time in your salary, Junior. Wait till you're as famous as Mr. Wright was, then dream. I don't think Daddy was ever rich, even when he was in law. Great, just stomp on my dreams, why don't you? It's not inaccurate, though. Oh, look, a ladder. Huh, another ladder. Actually, it's technically a step ladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. I'm less worried about the step ladder and more worried about why it's there. Why is there a ladder there? Well, to climb, right? To reach something on the ceiling. I still say it's a step ladder. I mean, it is, but it's also not. Thing in the fridge? Nope, nothing in the fridge. Alright, I think we're done in here. Oh, actually, maybe we can look at the speaker. Because the music was playing during the thing. The speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? It pipes in real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up. I seem to recall it being loud and vaguely musical. Maybe hard to hear Mr. Latus's last words. Nope. Get out of here. Look past what it is and focus on what it wants to be. What, the ladder? I mean, it can be whatever it wants to be, I guess. It could be a chair if it wanted to be. He's empty. He's hoping he doesn't get a chance to talk to Persecutor Gavin. Oh well, nothing to do but go to the crime scene, I guess. I guess. I mean, I guess? Look at all these electronic devices. Guessing they have something to do with the sound. Well, I guess when we can fiddle. Let's see here. Don't touch that. Healthy curiosity is the key to good investigation. When in doubt, fiddle. That's what Daddy always says. They should require parental testing, clearly. Hey, look, a ladder. Look, a ladder. I guess they need one to work on the lights and such. Why don't they use a stepladder? Ever stepladders, really. Is that so wrong? Not wrong, just, well, why do you prefer stepladders? They're so much more flexible than plain old ladders. I prefer my ladders rigged and stable, thank you very much. Also, does this ladder look like bent at the top? I don't think that's normal. I'm wondering if that's actually intentional or if that's the game. It just looks like the top part is like kind of slid to the left a little bit. Intentional? If you say so. Oh, it slides up. Okay. I couldn't tell. Because, I can't see the rest of it. Let's see. Go here again. Okay. So we need to investigate the crime scene a bit more. Probably need to talk to her, right? Yep. Guess that makes sense. And then actually talk to her. Mr. Romian Latus, wasn't it? He was Lammy's manager and interpreter, apparently. This is his first time in the country. So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here. Doesn't seem likely. Nor can I think of anyone with the motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Who? Lammy. No one here might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Hey, it was Emma's idea. I said nothing. Always with the snacks. He's a big man, or was. I don't think I would even win in a fight with him. Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. I sent a request to Borgen Embassy for more info on him. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body. What? I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert. When we heard the shot enter the room, the killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make any sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one else was here. How'd they leave the room? That window's a little too small, isn't it? Mystery of the disappearing killer. Another magician's trick. What is this poster? Let's see. This summer, a Legal Eagles production of Case Closed. Looks like a poster for a different show. One I wouldn't mind seeing real soon. What if that's like a Conan thing? Hey look, it's that fancy hairdryer. Oh. Darn mirrors. That lipstick right there. Dang it. Keep pressing the wrong button. Alright, well, let's look at the blood again. Maybe now that I've talked to her, she'll actually trigger something. That blood? Could it be lipstick? We did have lipstick earlier in the room, so I wouldn't put it past them to have that as like a foreshadowing thing. Well, I talked to her, so maybe Gavin's here now. Oh. That helmet always there? I don't recall that helmet being there. I can't look at it, so I guess it already was there. Nothing incriminating in here, I don't think. So far, the murderer guy, the guy who's dead now, was the interpreter and bodyguard for a famous foreign singer who came here to sing for the band guy here, who was actually our prosecutor from the last one. And he was shot dead. So this is the murder weapon. The revolver's incredibly heavy. It's been fired twice. You can smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing. No fair, tell us. It's just something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? Oh, right, I can examine stuff. Wait the day the letter is called to stand in cross-examination? Maybe one day. What is it? Their fingerprints on it? Staring down the barrel of a 45. Don't point that thing at me. Don't worry, I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want it shooting any bullets, thank you. Not those bullets. My gun shoots bullets. The magic cat. A cat comes out of a gun? I can tell by your expression you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one. Honestly, that sounds like a halfway interesting. I too would also like to shoot a cat from a gun. The middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullets. A revolver, see? Revolver. Sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast. You know what I always used to think? I used to think the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. There's just so many words in the world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing? So many different words, so many different people. People like Trucy. So what is it that she said was different? What was weird? This side? Nope. Okay. Meow Launcher 9000. The perfect thing for all possible situations. I wonder what these keys go to. That key looks like a little guitar. That's adorable. There are 3 keys on heart-shaped keyring. No key is shaped like a guitar? I get it. It must be the key to the guitar case. Guitar case key. I'll bet I know who this belongs to. I hope it is not Gavin's. That would be suspicious. Sort of pin faster for attaching things to clothes. Not a safety pin type, though. It's not a safety pin. Is it a danger pin? I suppose if you stuck it in your eye, then yeah, sure. But you could do that with a safety pin, too, for that matter. Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin. Oh, you're driving danger pin through my heart here. Nice, Reborn, jeez. That's a lot of 10s and 0s. I talked to her about why it's odd. Murder weapon. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right, 45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill such a close range. It's overkill. Not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go to eat curry, I order extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. And that's not a problem? Nice OP. Nice Reborn with almost 1 million stars. Another thing about the gun this big, packs a lot of strain in the shooter. Yeah, say if you were to fire the revolver, Foil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Ouch! Like the shooter's a victim too. Yet the killer used his revolver and quite well, twice. Whoever did it was quite used to shooting. You're shooting a high caliber weapon, Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. Guess you're right. I know you're feeling. It's hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Huh? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks. He left. What do we do, Apollo? You just told us to wait. Great, now how am I supposed to investigate? Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Go? Time's a wasting, Apollo. We got a lot of ground to cover. Well, that's true, but... On second thought, why not? Sure, everything will be fine. Of course it will. Let's go. This is going to end in disaster. We're going to get back and the body's going to be gone. Hello? Who's there? Is that a magician? Didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious. Immediately betray them. Yep. This guitar case. Oh. I love the name Guilty as Charged. Seems kind of negative to me. Why don't we do the opposite? Magician Trucy presents The Innocent is Charged tour. Kind of loses its impact, doesn't it? I don't know, Sivia. Who was that mysterious man? It's almost like you would know. In the wings. What is it with today? Problem after problem. Arch tongue. You ain't kidding. It's the 2 leading members of the Gavineers, Apollo. Clavier on vocals and Diary on guitar. They're so cool. I have a hard time thinking Clavier is anything but a prosecutor, honestly. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and top it all off, someone's dead. There was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me? Miss a cue? How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? What was that teeny playing of yours? Who are you calling teeny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction fans are always splitting up over. Hardly the time. What are you two doing here? Hiya. We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry, wait. You were what? Listen, you need to confirm that the Republic of Borginia, Detective Crescent. Right, anything else? What did he just call him? Detective... Ah, greetings. Oh, I guess his hair is a giant bullet. That's weird. Darian Crescent, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. Also, I'm a cop, apparently. Hello, Criminal Affairs? So is he a shark? Like an actual shark? You really don't know anything about the Gavineers, do you? Someone tells me that's about being remedied. The case. I guess they are, partner. Hair looks totally normal, yeah. When seen from the front, maybe. I thought it was normal, just really tall. I guess so. I guess everyone in this band is just a cop, or a prosecutor, or a detective. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about the hog and his guitar case. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latouche than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, Jack. While we were in the middle of performance, no less. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Fraulein Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes, because then she'll punch me in the face. There's nothing to rhyme there. Not exactly the best buddies, are they? Him and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? We've already checked the scene. You may be right. Maybe the most important for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things we found. Gavineers. I don't believe you, Apollo. How could you come to this concert and not know about the Gavineers? And it's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing about America's existence once. I know America exists. We're in it, apparently. Gavineers aren't just a average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police? The real police. They pack heat, but by night they heat up the stage. By day, those lips interrogate. By night, they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. Just want a Saitama Apollo okay face there. They debuted 7 years ago with a 13 years hard time for love. Then came Love with No Chance on Parole, and My Boyfriend's the Prosecutor's Witness. List of hits goes on and on. This here's my right-hand man, Darian Crescent. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. Heh. This guy's a bit of a perfectionist. Performance goes his least bit wrong and goes to his funk. Just like today. I hope the murder would be a bit more off-putting than the ruined concert. Concert today, a disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see Mr. Q. Miss Q? Were they arguing about that before? Okay, nothing more than questioning tormented artists. My boyfriend is the prosecutor's witness. A classic tale, old as time. What's this Miss Q you keep talking about? Aha, you heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually I didn't notice anything. See, no amateur's gonna pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this. What's that? A mixing board. We use it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we come this far, might as well go all the way. Always wanted to learn about the recording industry. You gonna watch the thing again? This is but one of the devices used in recordings. I think it was sitting on a desk or something. We're a 5-pipe band. This lets us record members' performance separately. Use this sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out. Wow, neat. So could you say hear only the drum part? Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal. The one who kills people. Oh, wrong one. You want help on that case? Then help me with mine. Guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. Simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear in the bottommost bar. Like so. There it is. Now listen. Seems like the 2-1 drops a bit. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Listen again closely. The timing's a little off, isn't it? You see? There, right at the most important part. Even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes again. Right. Amateur, you will prove my point. Huh? Me? You will find the Miss Q. You will tell us which instrument, which part, is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Use these sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue. You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears. Nothing to do but try, Apollo. I guess, I'll admit, this looks kind of fun. First, a quick review. Use the sliders to adjust volumes. Press the section of the song you wish to hear at the bottom bar. Sliders in the bar, got it. Once you found the guilty party, press the corresponding number. Time to rock. Locate the miscue. That sounds pretty bad. The other ones. Good. Well, that one's also kind of bad. But doesn't quite get to the same point. You know, this one doesn't have sound at all, so I'm gonna go with this one. Sound of what you're looking for? This is a guitar. Pretty sure this is bass. I don't know what this one is. Keyboard? I can hear it just fine. You guys have a slightly quieter sound than I do. I can hear it just fine. I'm gonna go with 2, I think. Because it just kind of just stops. It's less than messing it up as much as he doesn't even feel like he's there. You can also just see it, but... Take that! You don't have to yell. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Darian. Ah, well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah, well, that's all you have to say? That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian. Here they go again. It wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. Starting to feel like we're just wasting time. It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad. I'm gonna take this mixing board. Still can't get over that title for that song. Guilty Love? Alright, maybe he'll know about these keys! I was wondering if you knew anything about this? That's... Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine! That's my key ring. I've been looking all over for it. This is yours, Mr. Gavin? I knew it. Apollo. How could you make that I knew it face? This is a keyring that was... Yeah, I know. Thanks, anyway. So where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, even if it meant his life. What? What? The victim, you mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Huh. When will my trials be over? Talk about trials and tribulations. Man has a shark trying to escape from his head. I think that man is a shark. I think his entire body is trying to escape from the shark itself. Speaking of trials, I never heard Mr. Gavin while in court, while he has been today. He was right about the fop, I'll give her that. Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today. I really don't think that's... Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now. Are you blackmailing me, Fräulein? Ooh. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting? And something about your guitar case being busted. You're well informed. You mentioned it a few times. Ach. It all happened this morning. This keyring's fault. Keyring? It's got all my keys on it, chap. My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case. Wait, but this keyring... It disappeared. I thought I had put it in my jacket pocket. Disappeared, huh? I had come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. In order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. The guitar wasn't the one that... The very one, up in flames. And right on stage, too. Actually thought that was part of the show. Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Yeah, house key goes under the potted plant beside his door. You think? What's wrong, Trucy? Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage and Mr. Lutus dies. Yes, and? Could it all really be just a coincidence? Coincidence? Meaning... Darian, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me! What do you think, Apollo? Huh? I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned. You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you, Fräulein? I am. What? What? Hey, don't leave me out of the dark with the Spike here. I don't think you're one to call someone Spike, alright? Name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about? Have you noticed the connection, Apollo? Curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today? Well, I noticed. You know, something was bugging me too. That keyring and the guitar and the body. He just crashes at groupies' places. I'm sure he has a house. He's too rich not to. Although he might not have one now, so he just came from Germany, so... He might be staying at a hotel. He's bluffing. He hasn't figured it out at all. Fess up if you're a man. You're clueless as I am. Is his hair alive or just super bouncy? No, give Airfloorhead a chance. Let's see if you're evidence of the connection, shall we? Evidence? Better think of something pronto. Come on. Let's see it. What's the connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles? I guess this. Okay. When you stole away the keys, my heart held on so tight. Through the air I fly, burning guitar. There you go. This is it, isn't it? The lyric sheet? The guitar's serenade? What's this got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if Fräulein hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough of the riddles. Otherwise I'm gonna stab you with my hair. Maybe it's a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fräulein? I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics of this song. What? Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Listen to them in the order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet, first the keyring was stolen, and not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. That's right here, when you stole away the keys of my heart held onto so tight. This heart holding keys. Next, the guitar burst into flame. Burning on my heart fire, burning my love away. Then Mr. Lutus was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away. But that's crazy. Yeah, no kidding. Everything that happened today here is... This song predicted it all? This is Kingdom Hearts, recoded. Well, perhaps it was the other way around. The criminal could have based the crime on the lyrics. But who would go through all that trouble? And also, who would know about the lyrics? Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you've stumbled upon something quite vital, and quite annoying, Fräulein. She gonna do that a lot, this one? She looks pleased. Lyrics predicted the crime. Clavier? Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. Keyring, the guitar, the murder. Keyring might have been dropped by accident, yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think it was unconnected. That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever. Criminal matched their actions to the lyrics. That sounds likely. Why would anyone do that? While we think about that, I'm gonna crack on the biggest crime here. I'm gonna talk to the Borgin embassy about this Mr. Lutus. Ah, right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of mysteries to you. I'm out of here. Never trust a shark. Before National Mr. Lutus was killed, seems like that would have been the point of all this. But they did more than that. They thought it was only a murder. Not only a murder, but mystery. Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today. He was the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, Ja? Ja. Guess this is all we're gonna get from Prosecutor Gavin. Leaves Lammy to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lammy is? Ah, I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist Machi Tobai, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Mr. Latus's sudden passing. You can't really talk to her because, you know, other language. Also, it's weird that we've been there like 4 times and she was never there, but hey, video games. Gotta do things in order. Eek? Who's there? Why? Why does he just show up and disappear? That's so rude. Brucey, you know, he did look sort of familiar. He is a friend of yours. No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember. Curiouser and Curiouser. Haven't used dressing room. Ah, Lammy. She can speak English? What has happened? I heard that Mr. Latus has died. Lammy, you speak? I mean, you speak English? Ah, yes. I was invited here from Republic of Borginia. But I am not Borginia by birth. Wasn't Mr. Latus your interpreter? Ah, that, yes, well, it was Mr. Latus's idea. Thought it would add to the mystery, you see. And your pianist is also... No, Machi Tobai is Borgin. He does not speak English. Now please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Latus? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Latus was... Trucy, huh? Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said? Not a word. But Mr. Latus is Lammy's manager. That's not fair to her. I mean, isn't she related party? That's who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I'd suspect. All you've been told is to wait here in this room. He's very unsettling. Sorry, we're trying to figure this out ourselves. We'd ask some questions. Of course, I'm always willing to help. She looked on stage. Can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lammy. Ah, yes. Zombie, tired man, egg, eye, arrow, water, question mark, shining leaf. What is it, Machi? What? But you be alone. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he's not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be alright? Sure, of course. Very well. What is it you wish to ask me about? Oh, jeez. Spoil the new season of The Walking Dead. Maybe. There was no house. Republic of the Borginia. Borginia sounds right. Northern Europe, right? I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in the restaurant, then a prosecutor called me. Or producer, I'm sorry. Wrong thing. Before I knew it, here I am. You don't say. No, my daddy plays piano for a restaurant. Producers seem to look for talent, Trucy's wow harsh. Lammy, you're not from Borginia originally? Were you born here? Well... Oh, is that supposed to be a secret? Imagine... Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Ah, yes, it is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak of anything but Borginese in public. Image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound. Painter in what? Travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in your stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I? Stop while you're ahead, Trucy. I might have to pay royalties just for this background theme music. This landscape painter in sound, too, is an image. Yeah, without it, my songs would be not be so widely heard. They even called you the siren of the ballad, right? Yes, in Borginese, Lammy means the siren. I fear that perhaps already I am not the siren I once was. Machi? Yes, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll. Very European. I met him while singing restaurants in Borginia. He's an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. Like a fairy tale, almost. Notice he hardly leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. At first, I hesitated dragging him across the world. Doesn't speak English either, does he? He had never left Borginia before we met. Made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I are together. Machi and I together are Lammy. Together always. What is my real name? I don't know. Mr. Latouche was my new manager. New? Yes, from 3 months ago. Around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. Met Mr. Latouche at my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard. And as it turned out, my interpreter. Even though you speak English. Yes, but we were just to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one. Wow, how convenient. I wonder if that was America in the Japanese version. Though I fear it may have been cancelled now. Mr. Latouche from the Republic of Borginia too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. Afraid there is much I do not know about him. And now I shall never know. No one will even tell me why he has died. I'm sorry, I mean, did you even know he died? That we weren't supposed to talk to anyone. Mr. Latouche was a talented man. The siren of the ballad. That phrase is his idea, you know. I am happy for him to know it has become so well known. Siren, that's what he meant. You are the siren, right, Lammy? That is the meaning of my name, Borganese, yes. The name my producer gave me. Why, do you ask? It's very important. I had to know for sure if the siren was you. What do you mean, important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. Well, dropping the bomb. Siren. Turns out that's a very important word in this case. How? When we found Mr. Latouche, he was still alive. What? Heard him say something. His last words. Can you hear me? Witness. Oh, it really hurts. My shoulder is in a lot of pain right now. I'm gonna flash back in a couple seconds to when I was alive. He said siren. Really? I was the only one there to hear it. I'm not gonna tell anyone else. I'm sure that's what he said. Just who said that? Ask the witness. And you're the siren, Lammy. Did you see what happened? Lammy? Might I ask, are you with the police? Well, no. I'm a defense attorney. An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes? Is that a problem? Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no client, you should leave an investigation to the police, I think. Lammy? I'm sorry, but I cannot answer your question. Afraid you lack the authority to ask them. She witnessed the crime. Why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here. I believe so. Only if the lead poisoned him. The lead singer. Gavin's gone. We're pretty much done as far as I know. Oh, Emma's gone. Wait. Okay, it's still there. Alright, just making sure. Feel like I was gonna look back and the body was gonna be gone. Like, oh, he was actually still alive. He was fine. Oh, she's still here, so I imagine we have to hand her something. That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you? My brooch? Yes, well, it may be mine. Yours, Lammy? I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. Must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was in Lammy's. Thank you. I was wondering where I had dropped it. Which belongs to her. That begs the question. When did you lose it? What was the brooch doing at the crime scene? Am I taking a look at this, Lammy? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what to say. Wish I could help you, even though I sung these lyrics. It's certainly one of the most pleasant refusals I've had. Oh, here you go. Am I taking a look at this? Oh. Here's hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning the entities of this case. Well, okay. What about this revolver? Oh. What about this key? What about my badge? Oh. Well. I've got nothing then. Anything else out of place here? I wouldn't really doubt that there was one case where the body disappeared. But I don't remember. do not remember. Let's see. What else is there, I wonder? Gave her the brooch. Now we know it was hers, or something. Okay, still here. Still here. Look at this now, because now that Emma's gone. That blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about red stuff than I do. Yep. Says who? Something strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? Okay, so that was the exact same image earlier. What am I looking for? I mean, she could be the killer. I don't think she would be, but she could be the killer. What do I need to do? Find the computer room. I don't know if this place has a computer. I don't know about anyone. I don't think Gavin or Emma is the killer. Not sure about Shark Guy. Anything sticking out here that I need to look at? Lipstick. I'd like to wear lipstick someday. Oh, you don't use lipstick yet, Drusy? Daddy won't let me. Not until I learn to play piano, he says. You'll be waiting a long time then, I'm afraid. Look, it's a postcard of Lammy. These letter at the bottom. I've never seen any of these before. Must be her native tongue, Borgonese. A landscape painter and sound. That is how you would translate roughly. Please take one. Landscape painter and sound. That's a nice image. Okay, so I had to get the postcard. Thank you for the host, King Zaffy. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good shrimp. Welcome to the bad shrimp. Anyone? Could it be a magician man that keeps running past here? I don't think so. Whoa, who's there now? Ah, it's you. Wait, where were you? Ack, Emma. Something wrong? Looks grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. Ah, it's all your fault, you know. Oh, the body actually disappeared. It's about us leaving the crime scene. What do you mean by impossible? Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. What's gone? Sorry to hear that. Also, hello, Zaffy. Hello, Serm. Hope you're both having... Yep, the body's gone. Darn it. Mr. Latus's body disappeared. Oh. Hope you're both having a good night. Body's gone. Ah. Prosecutor Gavin. From your vacant stare, I gather you heard the news. Heard Mr. Latus's body's gone missing. Look for yourself. Yep, it's gone. Quite the pickle, quite the pickle. How can you stand there? We have to start the There's no need for alarm for our learning detective. All entries and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cavalier. There'll be plenty of time to ponder the whys later. Well, you seem pretty sure about yourself. Hi, Lux, how's it going? Hi, Chosen, how's it going? Hope you're both having a good night. And sorry I didn't say hi. I do not have the viewer list open. For people who may or may not be, you know, hiding. Also, I don't know what you're talking about. There was no stream earlier. You seem pretty sure yourself, Mr. Gavin. Oh, we'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. How could Mr. Luce's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching. Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Darian? See, Gator's gone missing. He was in the dressing room. Gator? Who's Gator? That's what I call my guitar. You know, like man. You like man? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Gators. Okay, body first, then guitar. If someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Here's like a missing person, not lost and found, man. Disappearing act. How was it done? Well, this sure is what did he call it? A sausage? No, wait, it was a pickle. And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry, not much else I can say. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate snack ooze should do the trick. Okay, so the chocolate. Watch your sugar intake, Inba. Should be a body here, but there's not. Wow, thanks for the detective work. How could this have happened and why? And then take the gun. Although the guy was really big, so I'm not too surprised. Anyone who got rid of him, if he didn't walk away on his own, for whatever reason, then anyone who was lifting him up is probably going to sport a bad back. Anything in here? Nope, even the girl's gone. That makes sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Now we're in this place. Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something's definitely different here. Let's check it out. Stage is on? Or recall this thing being in the background. That stage there must have been lowered before. That's the tower that Lammy and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Oh, what about the ladder against the wall? We could use that to take a look up top. Maybe we should get Emma. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. Not so good with heights. Stop with the whining and start climbing. Okay, so he's actually afraid of heights. Didn't look that high from below, really. But when we got to the top, I felt every one of those 20 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. Find the body? Two things we were looking for, and one thing we never expected to find. Why is Machi dead? The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist Machi Tobie. That's not good. Wow, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry. I thought you climbed up this, so it would technically be north, but whatever. Why'd they arrest Machi? Why? Look at me. Okay, so he's not dead. He's still alive. Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi Tobie, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murdering Robian Latus and somehow getting him on a tower? Yeah, okay. Can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. Guess they had proof of some kind. What kind of proof could possibly prove that? Morning! Prosecutor Gavin! What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why'd they arrest Machi? Why? I mean, they may not actually kill a kid, but they sure do accuse them a lot. Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me, too. We performed together that night, after all. Yet? The powers that be say that given the circumstances, it could have only been him. What do you mean by circumstances? Lammy was invited by Borgonese as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that the case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that be that want, really. Those are circumstances, alright. What makes Machi the only possible suspect? Hey, Forehead, you seem to have forgotten that you were talking to the prosecution, the enemy. Well, you're the one that showed up in our house. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Get better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of this case, especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say? Me? The defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. You mean Machi? Machi wants me? That's what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. You guys are going crazy with those dice rolls. There's one thing I'm a little bit scared of if I ever become a big old streamer with like Kieran levels of stuff. If I ever get partnered, which is probably not going to happen. But like if you guys go crazy with that kind of stuff, I'm not sure the bot will be able to really Excuse me. I'm not sure the bot will be able to catch up with you guys or keep up with you guys. Did you increase the cooldowns? Probably. I'm off to question Lemmy. But you know, that's far off. Although we are apparently, according to the bot, at 15. That's almost a new record. I'm not really sure what the old record is, but I'm gonna consider 20 the new record. But geez, guys. Thanks for all your viewership. I don't understand why you guys are here listening to me do bad accents. I refuse to believe a cute little kid would do something so terrible. You said that already, like 3 times on the way down here. Machi, everything's gonna be okay. We're here for you. Hi, maybe you can tell me about last night? Yes, I agree. Christmas is a good time of year. Because when I realized how tough it must be, little kid like this, in a country so far from everything he's ever known, maybe Lammy can help? But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? I don't know how I'm entertaining with this. I'll have to question Lemur, whatever her name is. Well, what are we gonna do? That's a good question. Can't think of anything we can do but go with this. Hope for the best trial tomorrow. Poor kid. I'm glad he's not dead. And I don't think it was him. I think he's the witness. And he can't tell us anything because he can't speak our language. Oh yeah, I am wondering what he actually said there. I wonder if there was actual translation for that. Or if they just put in random letters. Court's now in session 4. Oh wow, we're already in the trial. How do I say that? Machi Tobaye, Your Honor. The pixie of the Aprigo? I don't know. Right, his trial. Court is now in session. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Now, she was in the audience. Prosecution is A-OK, Your Judge. Oh, I gave her the wrong accent. My opening statement, yeah? No, actually. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? What? Eh? I mean, you wouldn't say, get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. What are you talking about? I'm actually going to visit someone who's terminally ill. Right after this trial. Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's sad. His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. Doesn't have long, it seems. Ah. Well, I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I'm not saying something moving might be the order of the day. I know grown-ups ever just say what's on their minds instead of pretending. Maybe it was something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Okay. In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck, Air Judge. I believe you're going to have a hospital visit sooner than you think. That a threat? First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Letus. His name means lettuce. Age 35. Global manager for Diva Songstress Lammy. Cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details. Court accepts the evidence. 45 caliber. That's quite large, isn't it? I don't know if he does care anymore, but at least he cares enough to, like, take it seriously. Like, he did take the whole ghost thing pretty seriously last time. Direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. I also like how it's always the same judge. Except for the Canadian one that shows up. But this is 7 years later, it's still the same guy. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. Damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. But the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering. Eh? 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found on the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit. I see, the court accepts this as evidence. Talking about a 45 caliber revolver, you must assume the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently weapons that have that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. Wow. The defense will take more care choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in the dressing room. Just dressing room has only one entrance to this door. Does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. Talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible. Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. One person. That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobei. Then it could have committed the crime, but how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it all clear. Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand. Oh, hello, Emma. Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky, I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail the night of the concert formed that night. Emma seems tired somehow. You're at the concert, you say? Some security I was, couldn't even stop a murder. Now, don't blame yourself, things like this happen. I've made bigger mistakes in my career, you know. One time I almost let a guy go that was clearly guilty. I'm sure that makes her feel so much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. Why? Thank you for the doodle cheers. Objection. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. All right.
Objection.
Objection. Night of the murder, I was at security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage, except for, you know, Apollo, I guess. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went to the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. It's not even remotely true. You left me alone with them. Luckily, the detective was first on the scene. That door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. I don't get it. How can we say that Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. I feel like there's a huge contradiction here already that they should probably point out. It's like, hey, this is a .45 caliber gun. If he were to shoot that, his arm would be torn off. Like, that's a little kid. Night of the murder was the night of the concert, yeah? That's right. You were there. What was the detective doing on the security detail, if I might ask? If it was only a concert? My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys, that whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. It's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Didn't it possibly simply misplace them? Misplace them? Misplaced items don't just wander into murder victims' hands on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Oh yeah, that's totally right. Why did you keep that from us? Okay, we're just going. Love, slow acting and new. Actor Queen is waiting for you. Saying something. Everything of this guy have to be so over the top. The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift to sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on her hands on the task. I see, I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands? I have to eat 15 bags of snack-oos. Please, the testimony. I'm glad we got that whole thing put aside. Yeah, never. Never gonna happen. Definitely not with, someone with such good karma. Like this German guy. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Fräulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. No other outsiders were there, then. Except for that magician. I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snack-oos. Hey, no snacking in court. And you're sure the shots came from Lemmy's dressing room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Katonk? Thanks. So, He actually ate it. How about it, Emma? You were right there, hard to be mistaken about. Please, either talk or eat. Not both at the same time. Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room. You guys are like hamsters. Probably how they eat them too, just... Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to an actual rock? Does rock and roll music so popular these days? That's right, when we went to the dressing room.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. They pipe sound to stage the backstage through speakers. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to Gavin Ears with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. You hear the music playing. And everyone on that stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. No bullpicks with a pistol. Oh no, you're right. Until Twitch fixes their stuff. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. Hold it. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from the room, that door. Small window only opened a teeny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So how could the killer have fled the scene? Only one possibility, the air vent. Objection! But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. Remember, access to this room is limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And all the people involved in the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. You, Air Forehead. The pixie of the... whatever that is, flitted upwards towards the sky, and disappeared from the scene of the crime. Objection. Sustained. Well, that's just conjecture. Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Air Forehead. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found in the air vent grill. Traces that had recently been opened. Wait, what? Something else was found quite clearly. The defendant Machitobe's fingerprints. Arpeggio. Arpeggio? Order in the court. That air vent was the only way out of the room. The vent's fingerprints were found in the grill. Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Only one could pass through that vent, the doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Arpeggio? I don't know. I'm not good at language. Why are you looking at me? I was out whooping it up in the audience. This was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive, indeed. What about the gun? Like, where are the bullets? Like, where are the fingerprints on the gun? Arpeggio? Prosecution has a rather convincing case. So, guilty. Only way out of the crime scene was the scene or the door watch. Making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit. I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. Can't be over already. Very well, I believe this trial's finished. Are we going to be the witness? That'd be great. Evidence has no contradicting evidence. Prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. Pollock, they got us on the ropes already. You better come up with something quick. I know. What can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi was innocent beyond a doubt. Without that, have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case. Dude, better tell us about it now. And soon, if I mess this one up, it's all over. Court wants the contradicting proof. Do we have proof or do we call a witness? Well, first things, if I explode, we might want this. see. Let's look at this. Time lapse from shooting and death currently under review. Okay. Prime photo. Okay. That's just the same picture we saw earlier, but okay. Do I have evidence or people? I mean, I could call in Lammy. She'd probably, you know, say like, oh, hey. Yeah, the gun is the most obvious thing. Like, hey, this kid cannot pull this gun. The kid. I guess we'll try that, why not? That is the biggest thing I've got. Defense is prepared to show contradicting evidence. This should be interesting. What sort of evidence? What sort of evidence, Mr. Justice? Show us evidence contradicting the prosecution's claims. Evidence does more than contradict, it flips the whole case on its head. Thank you for presenting evidence that is both clear and plain, as requested. Clear and plainly wrong? Wow. Well, I guess that's a hit. Guess that wasn't it. Ah, I see now. They're not looking for who's the killer, they're looking for who fled the scene. So... I'm actually gonna load just to restore my health. Time warp! So they don't care about how it was done, they just want to see who was the one that fled the scene. They want the brooch. Right? I guess not. So it is clear and plainly correct, but whatever. Guess I'll just call Lammy. Claim there were no witnesses to this crime. Guess they want the siren thing. Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, After Queen, My Love. There he goes again. That's too bad, because there was a witness. Me! But how did you come to possess knowledge that the prosecution clearly does not? Because I'm the only one in the world who knows this. I just talked to him, and now... Better flash back to when I was bleeding out again. Thanks for this, by the way. This is the second time you flashed back and discovered my dead body. Thanks. Really appreciate it. The victim said this before he died. Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is that Air Forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. Objection. But it's the truth, he said it. I even told you about it, but apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need a clear concentrate from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usually called for. No backing out now. Here, name of your witness, Mr. Justice. He's 40 years old. Lammy. Call Mr. Latus's last words. Even though I'm pretty sure the witness is Machi. The game wants you to think it's Lammy at this point. He meant the siren. That's right, the siren of the ballot. Lammy. Lammy was only on stage for her second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, my claim still stands. There was no witnesses to this crime. Very well. Let's hear from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lammy to the witness stand. Lammy would say nothing nigh the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag the story out of her no matter what it is. I mean, she would talk to me now that Machi is the one being accused. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballot to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English. Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. I do not speak English very well. You speak so well! You spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lemmy suffers from amnesia. Amnesia? Lemmy is not my true name, yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer Lemmy gives it, she lives a good life. There were little difficulties for her thanks to her success. Yet I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. Care surprisingly little about people's pasts. That's putting it mildly. You have nothing to fear about this court, Lemmy. Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify, yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Oh, great. That's normal, though. Now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Wow. Calm down there, Judge. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. As for what I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. It was there that was where I learned something about what happened, but I wasn't told the details. Let's say, you sound wonderful just testifying. Hope he was too distracted to hear what she actually was saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat, and refrain from detaining her longer than need be. Wow, he's got batter, Apollo. Way to go. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. You talk to me the night of the crime. Must know something, and I gotta find out what. Give us like a... Tell us where Machi was, or whatever his name is. Hold it, you're not the blind one. Well, you must have seen something. Mr. Latouche named you. Mr. Latouche. How can I tell you what I don't know? Lemmy, he said you were a witness to his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night. And this I did. Yes, you did. It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice. Here, Judge. What's this? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy. Apparently his grandson's a big fan. Let us continue, shall we? If you would, Lemmy. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. That set my guitar on fire. Thanks for bringing it up. Did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing? I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for performance other than simply sing. And was Machi with you at the time? Unfortunately, I do not know where he was. But for an alibi for Machi. Yeah, he has a wife and probably like 3 kids. With Machi, correct? How was he then? He seemed as though he always does, though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latouche's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion. Yes, he has given the police no end of headaches. He answers most of the question with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far. We sat there waiting. How was the incident explained to you? I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latouche died. Of course, investigations require some security. Mr. Latouche was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Machi and I were both surprised beside ourselves with concern. Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you. Yes, I understand, you jerk. Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine Lemmy lying. Not even lying, but she's hiding something. What would she tell me the night of the murder? Then how did you get this? Sorry, Lemmy, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lemmy's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add to that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place, at the very scene of the crime. What? Lemmy, how'd your brooch get backstage if you would not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you've been wearing it during your performance that night. Whoa. Flew all the way up. What is the meaning of this? Lemmy, please explain. Lemmy? She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not gonna work here. Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. Good thing he can speak this language. Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Really saying all that? What is she talking about, Apollo? Why was the incident occurred? Talking about that? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Thanks for flashing back to my death scene again. It's really nice that I keep dying in all these flashbacks. If I could have one flashback where I was alive, that'd be really great. It'd be nice to be alive again. Alright, the witness is a siren or whatever. You know the drill. What was that? Who's there? See anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard the door close. I looked into the room, just a glance, mind you. This is when your brooch was dropped. That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. That's ridiculous. You only looked for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? It is conjecture. Air forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can be countered that is evidence. Looked in that crime scene. Actually, I didn't go to the dressing room. I knew nothing of what happened, of course. But when I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Air forehead shouting, "Who's there?" no doubt. Horrible voice indeed. My cords of steel, not horrible. I closed the door immediately. Why would you do that? That explains the brooch, except it doesn't. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemmy, you did look into the room, though, right? Yes. Testifies what you saw. Very well, there was only briefest glimpses. Performance was finished. I went backstage for just a moment. Saw nothing. She would see his arm, though. Also, how'd Emma not see her? Is what in English? A division, or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room, divided into two halves. And the murder took place inside. Now, I guess that partition might have hidden the body. Ah! I just noticed my thing is missing. Or my thing is moving. What'd you see there in that brief glimpse? I opened the door slightly when I heard his horrible voice. Goodbye, Mimikyu. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have good sleep. And shut the door. I've always wondered, Air Forehead, does that voice of yours lack a volume now? My cords of steel, man. Just back off. Time to use my bracelet power. I don't see her hands, but... with her mouth, maybe? If there's any major differences in what she says. I saw nothing. Gotcha! Oh. Okay. Well, I was looking at her lips, but apparently it was her throat. Whoops. The late Mr. Latuse's body, you say? Yes? You know something more about Mr. Latuse's death than you're saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. Can't fool my eyes that we're looking at the wrong place. It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latus have to be shot? One moment, Lammy. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did Mr. Latus have to be shot? Yes? If he was hiding something, I knew it. Lammy, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. How could that be? Take this. Testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it. I do. I do? I mean, I guess this? She could see the gunshots, I guess. Don't laugh at me. Would it be this? I guess it would be the map. But I'm not entirely sure. The revolver's also there, but whatever. Oh, we'll go with the diagram. If I get shot, then whatever. And save just in case, because I don't want to go through that whole loading thing again. There you go. Take that. I understand the meaning of the contradiction. Is you contradict, Mr. Here. Your evidence is meaningless. Ah, wrong evidence. Bleh. Yeah, well. That's how that cookie crumbles. These were only at 10. Maybe it's the attorney's badge. Maybe it's the victim's shot in the shoulder, I don't know. I feel like that's the exact same thing I'm saying, though. Wish I just had her testimony here. I know what they want, but I don't know which one they want. There's like 3 different things. Or maybe it is this note, actually. She hasn't been told he was shot. Right? Yes? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I was right, I guess. Maybe. How'd you know he had been shot? Well, immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. Okay, so it actually was useful. This is a document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latus had been shot. How could you have known? York. That's my favorite English word. York. Lammy, you are hiding something from this court, I hope. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Now I remember. Please, allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. Looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. Well, knew Mr. Latus had been shot. Aha. Only a glimpse, yet you knew they were bullet holes? Yes, I recognized them immediately. I haven't seen bullet holes before, you know. You have traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung places far more dangerous than our country. I don't know about that. We're in America. I go wherever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's so cool. Hope we get to travel like Lammy someday. I plan on recording my next album overseas. Those studios have a different sound, you know. Maybe I should go on Chords of Steel tour too. It's not relevant, really. Ah, okay, I see now. She couldn't have seen that because I was behind the door. Yeah, Japanifornia. I mean, they call you the siren of the ballad, but lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, Ja. Come on, can I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lammy, you looked in from the door just a moment, correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on. Eh? You see? Assuming you merely glanced through the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. York! No. Yes. I think the defense has raised a good point. Appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you what it is I saw? Yes, the happenings of this trial are being reported. You know, it can't be public knowledge that she can speak English, though. It certainly will be on the news in Borginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lammy. Very well. Lammy, please continue your testimony. Very well, I shall. We have not reached quote 145 yet, sorry. I don't know what quote we're at. 143. Too many. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. And the killer was a grown person, you say? Ach, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play here, Forehead. Why did she lie? Very well, Mr. Justice. You begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lammy. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. Whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Did you not quote what? Well, if you tell me what you're looking for, I can tell you if it's there. I do plan on going back and fixing up that thing. Okay, let's think. Oh, wait, wrong one. You don't have a quote list, sorry. So you were heading towards the dressing room? Yes. A little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. About the same time Em and I heard those shots. I was on my way back. What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, the window is the best word I know in English. I think it is how it is said, yes. You need not worry, Lammy. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers in detail? Window in the wall. I saw the crime from there. You could have called out. You're certain you heard 2 shots fired? Yes, quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit when I heard a faint sound, like a gunshot. Wondering what it had been, I peered through the little window. I have no idea what you're talking about, so I cannot help you. But also, don't quote me. When I heard the second gunshot much closer. There were 2 bullet holes in the scene. No contradictions thus far. It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do. But it wasn't Machi. It wasn't Machi who shot, are you sure? Yes, quite certain. Aha! It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It is a testimony in your favor. Isn't it my job to object? Yeah, Polly, what are you thinking? Trucy, let's just listen to what Lammy has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yes, of course. You see... Thing is, Apollo's just here for the truth. He doesn't really care if he wins. He just wants the truth. That's a little vague. I'm sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. So you at least see whether the shooter was a male or female. It was a man. A young man. You sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice. Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem like that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known. We're at the window, and you heard the shooter's voice, the voice of a young man. Apollo, this is good testimony. Proves it wasn't Machi. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What's the defense's opinion on this testimony? Contrary. Though it pains me to say this, something about Lammy's testimony that rings false. Heh. Bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. Sure you remember what that problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no ground man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lammy has to be lying. I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. As his Air Forehead says, yet this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. What next? The brooch, obviously. Lammy, I understand why you would want to protect Machi. Yet remember, you were the siren of the ballad. And lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean? Apollo, what's he talking about? And he totally stole your line. How come no one bats an eyes when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room. Was the window closed or something? Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear the voice through it. But I'm sure. Lammy, I have not but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. But she was the only eyewitness we have. Objection. So you say. The victim named her, the siren as the witness? That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche. We heard your claim, we even entertained the possibility, and brought it to this. Air Judge. Yes? Prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please. Right, I must honor the prosecution's request. This is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. But if Lammy can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Donkey. Now where were we? Ah yes, I would like to hear from Fraulein Detective again. Objection. Let me hear Lammy's testimony one last time. Cross-examination is already over, till such a time as need arises. This witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. You gotta tell us the truth, man. At last, back to the real trial. Ready, Air Forehead? Hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fraulein Detective, how far have we got until we were rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I just like saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. That's rude. If you would, Miss Sky. I believe I was saying the only way Mr. Latouche's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Only one door in the room, and the witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent is a very big scene. I'm gonna put on my glasses for some reason. It kind of limits the people who possibly get through there. Certainly would have a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Wow. Harsh. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved in the concert. Only meets the kid for our killer is the defendant. A virtuoso performance. Couldn't have put it better myself. Does state a clear case. Then reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh, what is that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. Circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. Well, it's pretty weird. Mr. Latouche's body disappeared from the room. End up on top of that stage tower. With Machi, by the way. Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive operation, Air Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in the shop long enough. You get a nose for things. Judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Fraulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us? Why was the body moved? How does that lead us to the killer? How indeed. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. Guys, it's a kid! He moved the body to match Slammy's song. No one in this country had motive to kill the victim, and Machi practically left the signature at the scene. All this evidence clearly points to the defendant. One, it's a kid. He couldn't pull the gun. Like, he couldn't pull the gun up, let alone shoot it. Two, he could not lift up that guy, like, whatsoever. And then three, he doesn't know how to read English. So he doesn't even know what the lyrics are. Yes, the guitar is Serenade. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. Uh-oh. First, the keys to the heart, held on to so tightly, were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Latouse's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit, I'd forgotten about the song, somehow. There it is, waiting for me again, the grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know, I was the one who first noticed that. We're jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Air Judge. I was pretty sure it's not the kid. Heard one song and dance, let's get to the next. Cross-examination. Not sure I'm gonna do much singing. These guys are acting dumber than usual. Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics? I didn't believe it myself, but it can't just be a coincidence. Yes, Fraulein Detective said. Let's begin with the first verse, if you would, Fraulein Detective. What? You want me to sing it? You were the witness, John, or did you want me to sing? I warn you, my fees as a vocalist is not trivial. Fine, fine, ahem. Let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we? When you stole away the keys to my heart, held on so tight. Indeed, my favorite heart-shaped keyring was stolen that morning. Next we go to the right page of the lyrics sheet. We're gonna ignore the whole paragraph there. Fire, fire, burn my love away, blah, blah, blah. As we know, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Mr. Lettuce's life was taken by a bullet. Bravo, Fraulein Detective, your singing is not bad. Now for the finale. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky, as it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latousse. Thanks for finishing her sentence. Was found the guitar high in the sky over the stage. But where does the magician come in? No series of coincidences could be so well conceived. He's right, scientifically speaking. Wakiev said. That concert was whack. Okay, random Walkie cameo. Hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter. I'm scared to press this. I feel like they'll sing it again. Hold it! Hold it. But Mr. Latousse spoke English. He may have came to this country before. I looked into that, and I assure you. Oh. It was his first time in this country, it seems. Apparently he learned English on his own. Great. You see, no one here had any motive to kill him, and certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. Unless our famous prosecutor did a publicity stunt. What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song? Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need a promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. Even in my textbook at school. I'd never heard of them. What does that say about me? I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. Now, sassy. What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes on the wall, of course. The bullet holes? You mean the ones that were taller than he was? The revolver fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. That means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It'd be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Very. assuming the shooter could properly aim. Can't be serious. Machi, you can't see. That's why he missed? It's the only explanation that makes sense. He used sound and other senses to fire the gun, but how did he get the gun in the first place? That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, Ja. Hardly ideal conditions for a tracking by sound. Blind shooter, no wonder he missed. But why did he shoot? You guys are missing the whole motive thing. Those bullet holes come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Raise an objection. Sure, there were bullet holes in the left wall. But that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? The shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon. Why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobie, is, as you can see, teeny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. Kickback alone would throw him off his aim. And his arm. Convincing argument, to be sure. Aha, take that, smug persecution. Apollo, what? The bit about Machi being teeny, and the gun throwing off his aim, aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defender. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. Christ, really put my foot in this time. But let's get the facts of the matter on record. If you would, Fraulein Detective. Yep, pretty much. Like, we can't figure out why he would want to kill this guy, but no one else has any motive, so obviously it was him. Because we can't prove it wasn't him. What do you mean the shooter was blind? Hold it. You can't say he was blind because there's bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that. I wouldn't call it proof, you say. You merely raised a possibility. You know, everything that we've been doing. Fraulein Detective has made the most logical conjecture based on the evidence. Of course, there are more evidence than just bullet holes. Bennett was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent. Objection. But wait, if he was blind, how would he know about the air vent in the first place? Ah, very good point. Well, Fraulein Detective, if you would care to explain. Certainly seems sure of himself. Call the crime scene if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. I mean, it was kind of a ladder, but also a stepladder. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. You know, does this count as the stepladder whole thing coming up as cross-examination? Custodial staff went around checking out the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance. Including Machi Tobie, you know, the guy who can't speak English. He would have known about there being a way out at the top of that stepladder. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? You could have figured it out for yourself. You only need to consider what the stepladder was doing there. It was a ladder, actually. Looks like the defense's objection has been squished by a stepladder. Well, air forehead, out of ammunition, perhaps. Never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he caught the scent of blood. Oh, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need? We need something to prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place. Suicide would do it. That would take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence that prove that, though? Do I have evidence that proves that, though? Ah, that'd be good. If he can't see, even if he knows the ladder's there, he's not gonna kind of run into all that nonsense right there. Fine, I accept the prosecution's challenge, as I knew you would, Air Forehead. Exactly my impotence here. The prosecution is saying the shooter missed because he or she couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it. Principal, please present their evidence. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Guessing it's this. Not sure that overturns anything, Mr. Justice. Wrong evidence, I'm guessing. Apparently it was the wrong evidence, but I was pretty sure about that one. Look good, does it, Apollo? No, it doesn't. What do we do? First, we don't panic. Even though Machi's case is leaking water by the gallon, Gavin's on a roll and it's up to me to stop him. feel like that was the answer, though. Not sure. Now I suppose that he also fell forward. If he was facing the killer, he wouldn't have fallen forward like that. We already know which direction the bullets were shooting. So I think my idea of the gun being pointed from that window is definitely accurate. Which is why we didn't see the killer. I'm not sure what they want me to present here. What could prove that he could see that I have? Keys, maybe? I don't know. I mean, the keys would prove that if he was following the lyrics, he could see. Because, you know, how would you know this is a heart thing? Just at first glance. Not to mention, how would he get the keys from Gavin's place in the first place? Okay, there has to be something. Ah, sorry about that. I need to clear my throat, I think. Yeah. Talking for so long has damaged my throat. But I don't know what they want. Let's see. Do I have anything major that sticks out? Maybe this. Let's see. I can blow up, take my life away, guitar, up together to the sky. Nope. Deadly high caliber revolver. You know, that one thing about her brooch being, like, you know, right here where the bullet things are, kind of throws a huge hole into her claim of only looking in for a glance, too. But, you know, I guess we're gonna ignore that. Especially since you retconned it, without explaining how her brooch got over to the other side of the room. Alright guys, I got nothing. Maybe I need to press something else? Maybe this. How would he lift that up? Prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. A deep reason? Oh, you know what? I could just say, hey, if he could see, or if he can't see, then how do you know the lyrics? Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts even if he had a reason. And worse, if he had none. Keep his complaints aside, I can't imagine doing it just on a whim. Fraulein Detective, I take offense at that. Oh. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say? Yes, this crime was planned for sure. Okay. I'm gonna try this with the lyrics. I would call it proof, blah blah blah. If I'm wrong, then please don't object. Or if I'm wrong, please do object. If I'm right, then please don't object. I feel like pointing out there's chairs in the way would be enough, but I guess you can just walk around it, so not what they were looking for. It's just the thing. As I knew you would, Airforehead. Alright, let's go with the lyrics. Take that! Nope, it was wrong. Boop. No one objected. How rude. Maybe I just say no such luck. Maybe this is one of these things I can't prove. Well, tell me that much. Can I prove this? Is this a thing I can prove? Can prove it, but how? I mean, there's like 3 different things that point to him being unable to see, or being able to see. I think something, you know, something you need something that could prove the killer could see. That'll put him in his place. If I can prove it, how do I prove it? Be this, maybe? Kind of points towards the same things I've already said, though, but whatever. Oh, I see what it is. Now I see. That wasn't a bad message, it was smudged up on purpose. Photograph of the crime scene. Don't care about this much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face. No time to think twice. But if the shooter couldn't see, how'd he not run into... You can still hear lyrics, but he also doesn't speak English. And doesn't know how to speak English. As far as I'm aware, at least. Then again, Lammy was talking to him in English earlier, so I might be wrong on that. I don't know. But either way, you would have ran into one of those benches for sure. Or the chairs. Had to press on. Crime scene. Something here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. And perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, Ja. What you're talking about, Mr. Justice. Contradiction in the scene of the crime is... this guy's face. Thanks for showing me while I'm dead again. Contradiction is right here. Smeared bloodstains. Thought it was just my blurry vision, but it really was blurry. Victim's hand raised above his head, much like a gesture I've seen many times in this court. Almost as if he wrote something. I get it. At least I think I get it. Get what, Fraulein? Mr. Latusa's shot, he tried to write something. That would... And what would he write but the shooter's name? What would he write in his own blood? Pretty good. Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Take my thunder, why don't you? That is what I think happened here. Doesn't seem a distinct possibility. Victim wrote the killer's name. Certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. No one has anything else to say? About what? About the prosecution accepts this? You agree that this is the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How'd the killer know the victim was writing their own name? No, Mr. Latusa was writing a name in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait. Once he saw what it was? What'd you just testify about the shooter? I said that they were blind. Oh. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to be able to see. Why would they rub out their name in blood otherwise? Oh yeah, that makes sense. May I remind the court the defendant, Machi Tobii, is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. I'd like to remind the court he's also like 10. I don't know how old he is. How old is he? I can't actually look at the court record right now. Prosecutor Gavin, please explain to me what all this means. Hey, I look at the court record now. How old is he? He's 14. He's a year younger than Trucy. Interesting. She's 40. She's 25. 24. 23? No, 24. 33. 35. He was younger than her? Interesting. He looks much older. Looking at this photograph makes me laugh. It seems quite clear the victim could see. Yet up until now, it seems I owe the court an apology. Gavineers are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed entirely in a timely manner. Not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? It's like he knows something we don't. And he's about to tell us. Heh. I've got an idea. Let's rock. With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Fraulein detective. If I may. What? Tell me. Why do you think that Machitobe is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... doesn't let me read him around by the hand all the time? No way. I report here on the defendant, Machitobe. According to this, Machitobe can see perfectly well. Well then. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by these clever Borganians. He can see quite well. Objection, but you said... What did I say exactly? Here, Forehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did that was Fraulein Detective. But that's... As a significant fact, yes, consider. Machitobe sees, and he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problem with this. What about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Air Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. He's also actually 47 years old. Just really small. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Emma skies, if you will. This is where the real fun begins, Air Forehead. Next they're gonna tell me he can speak perfectly good English, but whatever. But yeah, he can apparently see just fine. That's dumb. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize. Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize. Hang with the trucy now, look out. If we can please end the bickering. Now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue solving this case if it kills me. Your testimony has already been given us to convict the defendant. Don't say that. Aha! Aha what? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written here. Really? You can do that? That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah yes, we have done those tests yet. Have we done those tests yet? As if I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains is covered in a section of the carpet. In order to perform the blood test, the section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Oh great, another minigame. And apparently they just ripped out a piece of the carpet. I better go there, and it better actually be gone. I'm sure this is going to be a 2-day thing at least. But we haven't met that magician yet. You have to spray the luminol. Simple. Why do I have to do it? Chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. I believe analysis is called for. Have at it. I like how they actually do trust me with this, though. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try. Eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hands are shaking. Yeah, let's do this. Wow, you did a good job. You sprayed that thing like 3 times. I had a water bottle like that once. I sprayed my dog with it. Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science. The power of the Nintendo science. IPXX314206. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it's if the killer was a robot. Beep boop. I am robot. Killer murder. All humans must die. Aha, I have it. So what is it? I thought those letters IPX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? In the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latus even know a number like that? Good show, Fräulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you here? Come up to the witness stand. Hi, I guess I'm here. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check on this Interpol ID number. Sure thing. Give me 30 minutes. Nah, give me 27. 3 less minutes, that's a big difference. Not sure what to think of all this. Prosecution case is airtight, so it seems. This number is really that of an Interpol agent. Oh wait, I know. What if Machitobe is really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. A possibility, yeah? Now what's the Interpol ID check world record? Is Darian the world record holder? Well, no one mark him as the killer for certain. Why did the toast know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we wait Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machitobe. What are you talking about now? Fräulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. Seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise further straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. Whatever do you think, Air Forehead? Huh? Me? Machitobe pretended to be blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Hey, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? No, the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose this is what people who have sold over 1 million records are really something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was one reason why Machitobe had pretended to be blind, but it wasn't for his own sake. Get in the picture now? It wasn't for himself. Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had feigned blindness? Why do I have to do it? But you had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means, no, it couldn't be. Good show, Air Forehead. Seems you've thought of something big. How can I figure out these things on my own? I have to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why you're pretending to be you couldn't see. I guess this. That is Lemmy. Lemmy and Machitobe. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lemmy and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him with the piano. She would walk all the way there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times. Yet we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar, rather. Machi could see. Why'd they have to keep up this act the whole time? Isn't it part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Wait, is she blind? Really, it was all the other way around. Oh. One who needed to be led by a hand was Lammy. What was this? So you mean to say that Lammy she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lammy is blind. Well, I had no idea. This is crazy. Prosecutor Gavin! Is it now? Please, shed some sanity on this madness. Prince has made an outrageous claim. I guess she did make a comment on how she never forgets a voice, despite her whole thing being about seeing. I did think that was really weird, but it didn't really come out. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Why does he always insult his forehead? It's like smaller than yours, man. Yet I see it is not vast in vain this time. He is quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, what is it supposed to be, the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lammy herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. What does this mean for our case? Don't ask me. I had no idea she couldn't see. I didn't imagine it until now. Would explain why her brooch fell off and she didn't notice. Lammy, it pains me deeply to call you before us again this way. Yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Besides, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny is it that a teeny lie born in the Borgian countryside would one day grow to tangle the entire world. So you are, yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lemmy. Know that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lemmy. You may recall me saying something towards the beginning of this trial, Air Forehead. Was it? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witness. Now, Lemmy, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course, it was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course, says she looks over to the left. A little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. That adds extra stress for the kid. Not only can he not hear anything, like understand words, I mean, but he is separated from the person he's supposed to be guiding. We are in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before I knew this. So silly as it may sound, I pretend I could see. Everyone on staff knew, of course, but no others. This is a murder trial. I apologize. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. And now it's kind of, worldwide news. Music is everything for me. I never imagined it would end like this. Told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Is there anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? One thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we let you get out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand. The importance of thinking for yourself. Since we proceed, however, beware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful for the witness. Okay. I don't know what part he's talking about, so I have to give this another look over. Memory of the light, to be in a world of darkness and sound. Producer came up with our ER line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I pretend I couldn't see. But no others. Would it be the last part? Because he would know that she couldn't see, so she wouldn't know what was going on. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what it is bothering our young defense attorney. You were thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Thanks for bringing me back again. I thought you said we'd see that video a lot in this one, but nope. Thanks for bringing me back again. Dying. Really cold. I mean, it's really cold that I'm dying, but also you're super cold. I do not appreciate this at all. I can't see. Who was the witness? Siren. Mr. Latouche told me to ask this witness, and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tis. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. Witness, Siren? Heard them many times, along with the title, with a little play acting by her defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Before? What came before that? Can't see? That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Air Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Dumb look on his face. Recall Lemur's earlier testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything there. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots, and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor. What is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? We have the results back from the investigation. It's been 23 minutes. New PB. Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouche left us. We will continue this cross-examination afterwards. Head of Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Big work as always, Darien. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant's secret agent? IPXX314206. Agent registered on that number was Romian Latouche. What? Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouche himself. That was apparently in the middle of operation. But when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. A cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover agent. Him being Lammy's manager was just a cover, most likely. One other important detail I found. Well, that with it. Sir, that 45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romian Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. The registration number of the revolver matched. The victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who was an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. The victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. These guys are just complete lies all across the board. Everything about this entire group has been a huge lie. Gotta tie in somehow, you think? Yeah, somehow. Welcome back, Chosen. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Hold it. Wait. What? Something the matter? That voice just now. Darien? Mr. Darien, is it? It was him, I am sure of it. It was him? You're saying? The voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him! It was Mr. Darien! Oh, jeez. Strum that chord. This is some kind of joke. What? No way. Lies don't stop here. Oh no. The courtroom fell into such chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. Never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lammy fingering Darien Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it have really been this voice Lammy heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no whipping up now, Paolo. Well then, to be continued. Right now, just kidding. Well, that might be the end of the stream, to be honest, guys. At the very least for this one. I am considering stopping and then restarting for a bit. And doing some arts. Because there's a couple things I want to do. I don't want to say it. But there is a picture I do want to draw as a avatar for myself. You know, I figured I'd potentially do that as a stream if you guys were interested. But either way, I don't know. To be honest, I might not do that because I might want to go eat something. And I'm not eating on stream. Sorry, Reborn. But I hope you guys did enjoy Phoenix Wright. We met a shark. We met a blind lady that was a singer. So we met a shark, a pixie, a siren, and a magician. Like a Dungeons and Dragons party right there. Is it go eat? No. But I might come back and do some stream for a bit. Don't know. Probably not. Like, the more I think about it, it is already 1 o'clock. So if I go eat, I probably won't really have much time for actual art. The blind guy who wasn't blind, yeah. But anyways. Once again, thanks so much for joining me, guys. We hit like 15 people according to this bot, which I cannot turn off for some reason. Like, I don't really want to see the number, but I appreciate all your viewership, guys. Glad you could enjoy my bad voice acting. And I may or may not be back in a bit. So I'll see you potentially in a bit. Maybe. We'll see.